youngest. Okay, how's it going? So that's a Woody bobblehead that whenever he shakes his head, he says something really loud. I found it at work today at the Salvation Army, so I liked it. Unfortunately, there's no volume switch or on-off switch, so I think I'm just gonna have to take the battery out because it's really annoying, and just have a bobblehead Woody up on my desk. So how's that for an intro? Welcome again to another Two Topic Tuesday. So we're just talk about two things. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about, you'll hear in just a second. Yeah. That was Tunak Tun. For those of you who have actually seen some of my videos, I guess about a week ago I did a 100-point dance for Words with Friends, and that was a song that I chose. And posted it as a video response to one of Sean Klissner's videos, because that's where the 100-point dance comes from, if you're unfamiliar. So I did that, and then I was on YouVideo one night, and he was on, and he said, "So Jaywish, I'm totally gonna steal that song for the Quetzal crab trap dance," which is whenever he spells Quetzal, he was gonna do a dance called the crab trap, which was another reference that was probably about a month ago. But yeah, he finally did it in today's Words with Friends, and I just couldn't stop smiling. It was, oh my god, I was so happy to be a silent part of that. Posting that video and having him know about that song, so he has the crab trap, thanks to me, this guy. So yeah, you heard it here, and yes, he did actually say, "Jays are going to steal that for the crab trap." So at least he actually told me he was going to steal it, as opposed to just outright stealing it. But it doesn't really matter to me. It's not my song. It's not my dance. It's just something fun and something I thought was hilarious when he was doing it. So yeah, that was the first thing. It was the crab trap Tunak Tun. I'll post a link in the description to the actual song and the video. And the video, I like the song, and the video is really the selling point of the song. It's basically like Indian Power Rangers, where it's just this one guy who cloned himself, but each clone is wearing a different color robe, and then they just all start dancing around. Like it's a trip. It's pretty cool. So that was the first thing, crab trap. The second thing is something I'm not even sure I mentioned in any of these vlogs or on YouVideo yet, but some of my friends that I talk to on Skype and Facebook know about this. A while ago, it was mid-December. No, it was after I graduated, so it was late December, probably early January. I graduated from Bloomsburg this past December, and I was student teaching I was student taught from August to December, and during that time I got an email from my supervisor about the International English School, which is a collection of schools in Sweden where they have English-speaking teachers teach subjects, and the whole idea of the school is so that the students not only learn the subjects but also learn English through immersion. All the teachers know very little Swedish, at least when going in, or no Swedish at all when going in. So there's no way for the teacher to actually help in that sense. Like I said, it's about immersion. So I got an email about that, and it looked like a pretty cool opportunity. They were looking for English-speaking teachers who don't know Swedish. This guy. So I do this a lot. I don't know. I guess I have a huge ego. I like to reference myself a lot. So back on topic. Sweden. I sent an email asking about more information, and I sent my resume, and I got an email back saying that someone wanted to interview me, and I live in. Let's see if I can get a quick map drawn here for you. So just gonna do a quick map of Pennsylvania so you can get a rough idea of where I live. So this is Pennsylvania. I live right around here. So southeast Pennsylvania. And the interview, which could only be done in person, couldn't be done on Skype, took place up here, about half an hour south of Erie. So that's about a 7-hour drive just from here, just from Morrisville to Erie. So what I ended up doing was we set up a time, and fortunately my good friend Steve lives here. So I drove 6 hours to his place, stayed there overnight, went to the interview the next day, and it was only an hour drive for me. This was only about an hour drive for me. Went in, did the interview, and the guy who was interviewing me said that I had good answers to his questions, so that's a good thing. And what he said after that was that I would get in if. My information is in the system for the whole International English School, which is like 17 schools. So my information is in the system, and if a principal from one of those schools is looking for teachers and finds my application and likes what's there, they would send me an email, and then we would set up a time for a second interview. And I heard that that's not going to happen until probably about April. However, there is I did get an email from a principal who is setting up a new school in Vasqueras. I don't know how to. I don't do a good Swedish accent. Bork, bork, bork. Swedish stuff for you. But Vasqueras, Sweden, which is apparently it looks. I was looking on a map, and it's like 45 minutes, an hour away from Stockholm, so it's in a pretty civilized place. Was starting a new school. And I got an email from the principal of that school saying that if I was still interested, then we could set up a time for an interview for Skype, through Skype. So this is pretty exciting. I'm finding out 2 months in advance, or 2 months earlier than I had expected, about this whole thing. So yeah, I'm gonna set up that interview, and we'll talk on Skype, and I may be teaching in Sweden. I'm not gonna assume that I'm gonna get the job, and I'm not gonna assume I'm not gonna get the job. I'm just gonna have to wait until the interview goes through. But yeah, at this point, there is a chance that I could be teaching math to Swedish kids. So yeah, that would be a really great experience. It was only recently that I realized that I wanted to travel more and meet new people, and this is pretty much the ideal opportunity to do that. So, oh god, it's also kind of tired. So me being tired and this whole like, oh my god, I could be teaching in Sweden next year. But yeah, I've got a bunch of well, I mean it. I don't know. I'm so scatterbrained right now, just because just thinking about this whole thing. I just graduated 2 months ago, and I might be teaching in Sweden. Anyway, I should probably wrap this up. This is already almost 9 minutes, and I know most people don't really like really long videos. So, yeah, that was Two Topic Tuesday for you. Started off with Tunak Tun and the Crab Trap, and ended with Sweden. See you next time.